Hey guys, I'm starting to notice, watching my videos back, I'm starting to look a little bit more haggard as the season goes on, which makes sense after the absolute shellacking we took in Manhattan. But this week's a new week, and we head to Lubbock. And if you thought our defense couldn't look any more ridiculous, here come the Red Raiders. And I will say some positives. At least we don't have to see Sticks Sheffield. At least we get to see Taylor Potts. And even that's not a huge positive because this is a guy who completed about 70% of his passes against Texas for 400 something yards. Sure, he threw 62 passes, but this is a guy who is accurate, who does have concentration problems from time to time, does throw more picks than you want in games that don't matter, and that might come to an advantage to us. I mean, the times he's really been balling for picks are New Mexico and North Dakota. And I might have a feeling that North Dakota secondary might have outperformed us if they had played K-State. Um, Texas Tech's offensive line is fantastic. I'm just going to say that straight up. And if they can give Taylor Potts time against a secondary full of fish and sophomores and Jordan Pugh, we're going to look ridiculous. And that's just the truth. I mean, it's not me saying, oh, well, we lost to K-State 62-14, so now he's going to be a pessimist. No, it's just realism. Texas Tech is fantastic at the passing game. They're like the little kids you play in Madden who runs one play out of the shotgun, but is fantastic and tears you apart, and you have to shoot out with them. That's just the way it is. Texas Tech is fantastic throwing the football. Probably the best team in the nation at it. What can A&M do to stop it? Oh, God. I got nothing. I have no clue what we're going to do. Maybe Von Miller can sneak up and... No, I got nothing. Maybe Von Miller can do something, but the secondary is kind of a mess, and by kind of I mean an epic mess. And basically, if Von Miller and Trent Hunter don't grab the defense by the haunches and really lead it to smack Taylor Potts in the mouth to keep the receivers off balance, we are going to have a game that makes the Kansas State debacle look competitive. Offensively, the keys to the game will be, one, get the ball to Easy Wachaku on the short ball. Last week, the short pass was working. It was clicking against K-State, and I'm not saying Texas Tech is K-State. They have more talent defensively than K-State does, and kudos to them. At the same time, if something works, try it. Try it next week against against Texas Tech. Try the short pass, bring the linebackers back a bit, then run the football. That was the problem last week. We tried to run the ball on K-State, and we got hammered. And when they said, oh, we can bring people to the line because this offensive line can't do anything, the deep pass was gone. And when the deep pass was gone and the run was gone, all we had left was the dump West Coast offense, which worked. But we didn't use it. We completed about 6 or 7 short passes. It worked well, not in a row, but we had a good short pass rhythm. So of course, Nolan Cromwell, Mike Sherman, whoever the fuck called the plays last week, decides, all right, let's try the Oakland Raiders style of smash it and then vert it over. And that worked miserably because our offensive line doesn't get a good enough push forward, and they're not great at pass blocking. There's a reason we didn't see some of these offensive linemen in the Francione era. What makes you think they'd be good enough in the Sherman era? Anyways, another big key will be Cyrus Gray. Use him in the swing passes, use him in misdirection draws. You can't stuff the ball down Texas Tech's throat, but maybe you can outsmart him a little bit. Short or misdirection runs, short passes, try to work your way down the field. Give Texas Tech less time to absolutely tear you up. If you give Texas Tech a lot of time, considering how much they hate us, it could be 70, 80 points. So play not to get embarrassed. Short passes, soft finesse running. Don't try to hit home runs. And here's what bothers me. We played Tech pretty well last year at home. It wasn't home, but we played them well. We were actually ahead at the half last year with Graham Harrell and Michael Crabtree. Now, that's not Lubbock. And I will give Texas Tech fans a lot of credit. They are some of the most rabid, and they're over the top, but they're really rabid, they're hardcore, and it is a tough environment to play in. And hopefully that works for us. Now, I know I sound like an idiot, but let me explain. K-State is not exactly Jones AT&T Stadium. Kansas State isn't exactly Kyle Field. Yeah, it was rocking when they were up 17-24-0, and we looked like 11 Helen Kellers on offense. But Jones AT&T Stadium is a consistently loud environment. Hopefully that can get some of these freshmen amped up. That can get some of these disconcerted offensive linemen amped up. Because it almost looked like we quit last week. And I have some friends who went to that game, said coming out of the tunnel they looked flat. They didn't care. And it wasn't like a cool confidence. It was just, okay, we're here to play football. We're not here to win, lose, or whatever. We're just here to get the football and do whatever. There needs to be a serious attitude change at Texas A&M. And hopefully playing in an absolutely hostile environment like Texas Tech will do that. Anyways, the keys defensively are pray, try not to give up too much yardage after the catch, which we have had a problem with, and let Von Miller do whatever. The goals offensively, short passes, misdirection runs, swing passes. Don't let the Texas Tech defense get to where it can time the snap count and absolutely crush Gerard Johnson. Anyways, my prediction for this game, it's not going to be pretty. There, I'll just say it like that. I'll go Texas Tech 56, Texas A&M, and I'll give them some credit. Texas A&M 24. Never thought I would actually say that. I actually considered this a toss-up game at the beginning of the year. God, that's what I get for drinking the Kool-Aid. Anyways, once again, Texas Tech 56, Texas A&M 24. Thanks and gig 'em, Farmers fight, and please God, let me be wrong. Please let this game be competitive.